The following thoughts on Happy Hour do not represent Cox Media Group or its sponsoring. Anything you hear may and will be used against you. Thank you. Voted as best local podcast in Tampa Bay by the Creative Loafing. You're listening to Happy Hour.
Are you feeling classy today? Sit down, pour a glass of wine, and listen to Happy Hour.
You're tuned in to Happy Hour, an hour where Happy rants about something. Sit back and listen in. Happy Hour is on now. Happy Hour is on now.
Yo, it's Happy Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppy, and my new co-host. At some point, we're going to have to quit saying new. I just kind of want to have the audience know that there is a co-host, that they're listening to Happy Hour.
I mean, you can just say co-host. I mean, that's
my
pretty
co-host,
valid. Yeah, there
Kyle
you go.
Veet is here.
Look at that.
What up?
What's going on, buddy?
Dude, I'm very pumped because I've always wanted to expand Happy Hour. I feel like sometimes it's just me ranting or us talking about sex. So I'm very proud that we had Andrew Carlton of Andrew Carlton Litigation Services, who is a private investigator here in Tampa Bay. He's very legit, dude. And what I liked about that last segment that's up now, but listen to it after this show, is the fact that he brought intelligence to the show, because usually it's us just shooting the crap. So for once, it was like unique radio, you know?
Yeah, I think us combined have an IQ level of maybe 4 if we had both of us together. I liked him a lot more while we were in the studio, but as soon as we went out and I saw his truck, I mean, I lost points. He lost points in my book.
Why?
Not a Chevy guy. Nope.
I don't care about cars. I just want to drive a Porsche when I make it in life. That's my thing.
I thought you don't care about cars. Why I want to drive a Porsche?
But I mean, I'm not like a guy that goes, oh my God, that dude has a Beamer, and I shoot out pre-ejaculation because I get excited.
I don't go pre, I go full on. Yeah. There's no pre-cum coming. It's full on. So.
Tweet at me, at Ryan Hoppy Radio. What's your Twitter account?
Hoppy Radio Kyle.
You got it right for once.
Look at that, dude. I mean, we do this enough times.
You made it in life.
You get it eventually, right?
Damn right, man. I think it's that pre-7-Eleven wings that you got. That's what pumped you up. That's what got you in the mode.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was dying. I needed food, needed caffeine. I got both. I'm ready to rock and roll.
You know how radio shows have nicknames? Like,
yeah.
Yours is Dad Bod.
Dad Bod. No,
Hoppy and Dad Bod.
No, I don't know.
I don't know about all that. Into, man.
Okay. Well, what's up on the agenda?
I can't believe that Jared Fogle only got 15 years in jail. And here's why I find this despicable, ridiculous, and this shows that being a celebrity is pretty great. I know he's 37 years old, so in 15 years, he'll be in his midlife crisis of age 50, and his life is basically over. But when you're 52, that's pretty young. I don't get why that dirtbag Jerry Sandusky gets 500 years in jail. Guys like Dahmer and Gacy, I know they murdered people, but they got life in prison. Why doesn't this mother effer get life in prison?
Because he has money, man.
It shouldn't matter at the end of the day. It really shouldn't.
It shouldn't matter, but
it's
when
getting
you have
out of
money,
hand.
So, I mean, what do you want? You're yelling at me like you want me to change it.
I'm
sorry.
Only 15 years? Maybe 30, because then he'll be 68. Then your life's basically over. Second of all, you know he's going to be getting the treatment in jail where he gets a protective cell. Enough of the thing, he'll get raped in jail by Jeremy. No, he won't. Because do you know that these disgraceful pedophiles don't get along with general population? Because the guys that are murderers or wife beaters or bank robbers, they're on the high ranking where that's not that bad. But pedophiles are on the lowest totem pole there, and they get their ass kicked. So do you think a celebrity like Jared, they're just going to let him go all Oz on them? Like in the show Oz, they're just going to be raping him from behind and beating him up? No. He's got some money left. He will be in a protective cell. He will be allowed to watch TV. Trust me on this. I find it despicable. And part 3, before I get to this headline, anybody out there, anybody listening that thinks when you make a foot-long joke on Facebook, or you post a foot-long meme, or you even think about making a joke like that. If you think you're original, you're funny, you're entertaining, you're unique, you're smart, you're likable, you're not. You're the same dimwit who finds Two Broke Girls or The Big Bang Theory funny. If you honestly think he'll get the for long in jail, or you have those memes of the black guy, I'll show you my foot long. Stop. And there's comedians that are famous that are doing foot-long jokes. That's basically the hackiest of hacks. Like when he first got caught, that was the first thing I thought of was foot-long. And then you see it over and over. And all these desperate comedians that want to make it are tweeting it out. It's like Matt Fernandez was calling people out for tweeting about that. It felt good for once. Johnny B is looking at me very angry as he's peeking in. Come on in, Johnny B, real quick. Come on in.
Let's do this.
Got a minute.
Johnny,
You only got a minute.
I heard you say desperate comedian, and I don't like it.
Johnny, I want to say I'm sorry for when we had Andrew Carlton, the new friend of Happy Hour. I want to say I'm sorry that you and Gio were doing prep for the show.
Yeah, fuck you and Andy fucking Carlton. Motherfucker. You got too many people on this fucking show.
No, listen, are we good now?
Fuck you.
I literally felt...
I never know if he's joking. I never If he's
I never know what to think.
The fact that he said "fuck you" with a smile on his face made me feel a little bit better. But
and the fact that he wants to come on.
Yeah.
With all 8 periscopers.
So,
but my point is, anybody out there that thinks that the full-long jokes are unique, sit down, shut up, and don't ever try to be funny. You have the personality of a saltine cracker that's been walked on. It's all crumbs on the ground. Nobody likes you, buddy boy.
at that point, it's not really a saltine cracker anymore, right? It's just more just crumbs.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. I get where we're going.
You have the personality of a piece of cake that is just being eaten alive by thousands of ants. You are as likable as my cat's turd. Johnny B coming in the show again. You are as likable as my cat's turd. If you think those jokes are funny, full on. What do you think?
I mean, I haven't seen one yet, but I'm the kind of person that, I think about the
You haven't
kids.
seen one yet?
I have not
Are
seen
you not
one
on
yet.
social media? Maybe your friends are intelligent. I think my combined Facebook friends list is like 4 when it comes to intelligence.
Yeah. I keep
Everyone from high school.
I try to just every time I get something that's distasteful or something that I don't like, I will just unfriend them and be done with it. So I have not seen one yet, but when you do stuff like that, yeah, you're making jokes, you're making stuff like that, but think about the kids.
Yeah,
think about the kids
that
too.
he made pornos with kids.
Do you make pornos? Is there actually videos?
There's videos.
Oh, that's
But
terrible.
yeah, let's make hacky jokes, because that's what's funny. Like, it's funny in the fact that you never thought Jared from Subway would be a pedophile, but it seems like we're kind of being nice to him in the fact that we're not crucifying him enough because he had sex with kids. He had videos of kids having sex with adults and not consenting because they're 10 years old. There's audio tapes of him saying his favorite type of kid is one with a broken home. That's like me saying my favorite type of girl is one that goes to the gym in nice yoga pants with brunette hair and blue eyes. That's my thing. His thing is kids that are in middle school with broken homes. This is the guy that's only getting 15 years in jail. This is the guy that will get private time in jail when it comes to not getting along with general population. This is the guy who literally got off easy. This is the guy you're making jokes about. A guy that wants to have sex with your kid. If you brought him to a birthday party, or if anybody out there ever met him and your kid was next to him, he got turned on and got excited being around your kid. It's like me going to a nightclub and I see all these hot girls in nice tight dresses. I get turned on immediately because I'm a creep and a weirdo and I'm awkward. Him at a playground. That's like me going to a Victoria's Secret show. That's why I hate the way we talk about pedophiles. We don't want to think about it. I'm not saying let's think about it 24/7, but we don't want to think about it, and that's the problem. He only got 15 years.
Well, how much do you know what he was worth before all this? His net worth?
20 million.
20 million. I know he gave $7 million to his wife. He had to pay out 1 point something million to the kids. I don't know what he's going to go. He can't have that
15
much.
million.
He was worth 15.
So then he's paying off all the rape victims, paying off the legal fees, gave his wife $7 million.
So you can't have too much left after all this.
I would say $1 million.
Yeah, maybe, which is still a decent amount. But whenever you come from, that big income and everything else. So when
And
he
what
gets
income
out,
are you going to make?
what
If I
now?
were a Mickey D's, I wouldn't hire you.
No,
If
no.
I were
Now
a
he's done.
landscaper, I wouldn't. Who's going to hire you, buddy boy?
Nothing. He's done. I don't know. What's the point of even letting him out of jail if he doesn't have a job? I mean, he's not going to have a job when he gets out. He's not going to have anything.
Why aren't they fried immediately? Why aren't they given life in prison? I know it's taxpayers' money, but what do they contribute to society? I'm not saying a murderer can be fixed, but maybe they were angry in a moment or it was an enemy. You can never defend a murderer, but maybe it was self-defense.
It can be a crime of passion. It can be all types of different things.
Maybe a bank robber just needed the money. A drunk driver is an alcoholic. You can never cure what you are attracted to. Kyle, go home, divorce your wife, go to a gay bar, and have sex with guys. It's not going to happen. It's like saying to me, find redheads hot. It's not going to happen. You are going to have him go into these classes where they try to fix him and they try to make him a better person. Kyle, wouldn't you agree with me that you can never change what you are attracted to?
No, that's something that's deep inside, real messed up.
Especially when you're a kid.
Yeah, there's something inside that's wrong with him. I don't know where it came from. Hopefully he can figure out where the heck it came from, but that's something way, way gone.
I think it's one of the things where he's literally going to have 15 years of thinking about it, and it's almost going to make him so horny, dude. That's why I think it's bad when we let them out, because a lot of times these pedophiles just act up on again, because all you're doing is sitting in jail for 15 years.
Yeah, exactly. There's letting all that build up. All of it's built. There's no release for a long time. So whenever he does come out, you get all that built up sexual whatever. So
I'm reading here. It says here, oh man, this is great. This whole article is phenomenal. It says, former Subway sandwich chain pitchman Jared Fogle on Thursday was sentenced to 15 and a half years in federal prison after pleading guilty to child porn and sex charges. Fogle, who was famous after losing weight on a diet that included sandwiches from the fast food joint, agreed in August to deal with prosecutors under which he would plead guilty to charges of child porn and traveling for illicit paid sex acts with minors. How would you react if you found out he was trying to reach out to Madison in like 10 years if she were to be 15?
Well, I don't know who Madison is. My daughter Addison, and that's a whole other story.
Close enough. Go on.
Close enough. I mean, he's a dead man. He's a dead man. Before the cops even find him, he's gone. He gets wiped out. Or I'll wait. I mean, even if I find out after the fact, it comes out, her name pops in there somewhere, or I get contacted, and I'll wait that 15 years. I'll wait. Whenever he comes out, I'm waiting for him.
It says that he will be forced to avoid pornography. He will get sexual disorder treatment and will be forced to register as a sex offender.
This is after he gets out?
What do you think it's like being the psychologist or being the teacher who has the round table discussion? Like, we all think of Al-Anon as like a church basement where it's like, my dad touched me, so now I drink. I drink because I hate my life. They have those circles where everyone talks about their drug addictions.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Kyle.
I drink a lot.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's like when you're at a pedophile class. Creepiest thing.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be creepy to us, but people like that, are completely used to hearing it, and they're trained. Just like the nurse at a freaking hospital. You go in there and you're freaking out. And
it's different. You're saving lives. This is something you can't fix. I just can't imagine hearing, well, it was when she was running at the park and she was so happy. That's what got me going.
No, I'm saying like a nurse at a hospital. You come in there and you're freaking out. You're panicked. You got a broken arm, whatever. They've seen 20 broken arms, so it's not, it's not big to them. Your emergency isn't. So where it's so shocking to us to be sitting into that, conversation, he's been through 500,000 of them.
Kyle, are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
I don't know if you're ready. Are you ready for the defense that a psychiatrist said in court? Are you ready for one of the worst excuses I've ever heard? To me, Kyle, a pedophile is a pedophile. I don't care if you're attracted to 16-year-olds or 5-year-olds. At the end of the day, you're a pedophile.
Yep.
She said that he is a mild pedophile and was mostly attracted to older teens, 16 and 7, but not all of them were pre-pubescent children. So basically she's saying, hey, He had sex with some kids that were 16 and 17, so he's a mild one. Even though on the phone conversations, he was turned on talking about a 12-year-old. But hey, he's a mild pedophile, Kyle, because he went half and half. He's not a full-blown pedophile because he only wanted to bang second graders. He wanted to bang juniors in high school. So hey, whatever. He's just a mild pedophile.
It's like somebody saying, yeah, I'm an alcoholic, but I'm a functioning alcoholic. Like,
Because I only drink beer, not vodka.
Oh, I can still function, while I'm drunk. Like, it doesn't matter. You're still an alcoholic. You still have a problem.
And at least if you're a functioning alcoholic, maybe you can put food on the table and you just drink when you get home because you hate your job at a factory. Maybe if you're a drug addict, you're able to support your family. You know what I mean? It's an addiction.
Yeah.
But you can still be a functioning person. It's just your vice. Being a mild pedophile doesn't make it any better because there's that 50% that he wants to have sex with fourth graders. Mild pedophile. That doesn't make it any better.
You touch one kid, you're a pedophile in a story. There's no in between. You touch one and it's done. You're now marked. It's like
He wanted younger prostitutes. He said the younger the better. But that's just a mild prostitute wanting younger the better. That's not full because if he said all young, then it'd be full, Kyle. But younger the better, just mild. So if he wanted to get Addison if she was 7 years older, but also wanted to get a girl in high school, just a mild pedophile.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a mild. There's no, like I said, it was one and you're done. It's like you, Hoppy, you suck one dick, you're gay. That's it. That's the end of the story. There's no, he's only a little gay. Nope, you're gay.
Yeah, you're at least bi. You're at least on the line.
You're there. You suck one dick, you're gay for the rest of your life.
Prosecutors countered by reading a text where he said the younger the better. Bradford also said that he has an alcohol problem. A lot of people do. They don't touch kids. A lot of people do. They don't try to get underage hookers. Being an alcoholic isn't an excuse for being a dirtbag pedophile. Like, how infuriating is that, Kyle, when you hear that being the defense?
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. And there's no way any jury or any normal person is going to be like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. He's just a little bit of a pedophile.
They literally were out of excuses.
Yeah, they're just pulling shit out of the air. He was... Oh, see, he was born in January. That's what it was. He was born in January.
During the winter months when kids are outside in their clothes.
I mean, I don't fully understand. What are you talking about? That's ridiculous.
He began crying in court saying his wife and kids would never get over this. I think they'll get over it during therapy and they'll never talk to you again. And then...
The judge stopped him, right? The judge stopped him.
The judge said... You gave your wife over $7 million. I think she'll be okay.
She'll be all right. That girl will get by. She will be okay.
I think she'll be okay.
Now she's
need therapy, but
a millionaire and a single millionaire. Now she's gonna have guys all over her, seeing that money and those dollar signs.
Yeah, Kyle. I guess being a mild pedophile is when you're attracted to 17-year-olds, but also you had a phone conversation where you said you wanted to do things to an 8-year-old.
Oh, yeah, he was talking to that girl, talking about, can I touch your kids? How old are they?
And I love the girl. It's just like, yeah, Like, she's just trying to record it. It was like the Mel Gibson tapes. Like, he must be a brain-dead idiot if he thought that she was, like, really turned on talking about that.
I guess when you get so wrapped up into it, you don't realize
He got wrapped up. Did you hear throughout the call? He was huffing and puffing like a hot phone sex line. Hey kids, it got bad, dude. What would you do? Would you kill him? Would you literally take away his life?
Yeah, he would no longer be. I would do it nice and slow. Kneecaps, fingers.
Oh, man, you would be my hero, dude. That's how you got to do it. Got to just beat him up first and then leave the room for 5 minutes. So he thinks it's all over with. Come back, whip him with a bat, and say, that's enough. Leave him for an hour, give him some food, make him think it's all over with, and then you just beat the living crap out of him. So you
literally till he stops breathing. I just want him to stop breathing. So that last one is just beaten to a pulp.
And some people might think, hey, you guys are being shock jocks. Hey, you guys are being edgy. He wanted to have sex with kids. That's all we're saying. Does it really matter?
It's always different when it's somebody else's kid, though. You kind of like, oh, you got to be compassionate. Like, okay, what if it was your kid? Oh, well, I'd kill him. Okay, so that makes it better? Like, you got to think of the parents that were affected by this.
And I think it's because he was the happy-go-lucky Jared. That's why we kind of overlook it. But if it was some creepy guy with pimples on his face from Tennessee, then we'd be like, 500 years in jail. But some people do feel bad. They're like, he just had a hard life.
Because he's the only one with a hard life. He's the only one with a drinking problem, the only one with a hard life, the only one that's ever been overweight and lost weight. This guy, they're taking every American story and saying, oh, well, he had to go through it. Yeah, no shit, he had to go through it. So did freaking millions of other Americans.
I'm doing it right now.
There you go. Yeah.
You're doing it right now, trying to make it even bigger in life. Everyone's always doing it until you die. It doesn't mean you have the right to touch kids.
Next on Happy Hour.
I love this music. It's so happy-go-lucky.
It's good. It takes a serious conversation and makes it, bring us back down.
I bet this is the music he would like. All right, tweet at me, at Ryan Hobby Radio. What's your Twitter account?
Hobby Radio Kyle.
All right, coming up next, there is another pedophile. This one makes me angry. Jared makes me furious, but this one literally needs to be killed already. An HIV positive man charged with alleged videotape rape of 6-year-old boy. And I will explain why he needs to be dead after this. What a way to go to break, but hey, we'll be right back.
We're just pedophile show now.
Hey, it's Ryan Hoppy from the award-winning Hoppy Hour, and I'm here today to speak about my guy, Brandon Langley of Buzz Designs. Is your website so atrocious that you can't even be found on Google? Do you need your website to be updated? Or do you not even have a website? Do you need to get some graphic design done? Do you need advice on computers? Are you just lost in general? Trust me when I say my guy, Brandon Langley of Buzz Designs is the man for the job. Buzz Designs has built websites that have gathered millions of views. He has worked with some of the biggest names in app development in 2015. The unique talent of the developers from around the world come together and they will help you expand and grow immediately. With their hard work and their die-hard ethic comes the affordable pricing. So trust me when I say Brandon Langley is the man for the job. He will tackle any challenge and he will not give up until the job is done. When I came to town here in Tampa Bay, my website was crap. I met Brandon Langley at a concert. He recognized me. 2 months later, I am so proud of my website, hoppyradio.com. He can make you proud of whatever you want to share in 2015 when it is so vital and it is so important to have top-notch websites and top-notch graphic design for your product, your company, etc. To get into contact with Brandon, it's not hard. It's not rocket science. All you have to do is go to buzzdesigns.me. That is buzzdesigns.me, and there at the website, you can contact him. Be sure to leave your name, your email, and he will get back to you as soon as possible. I'm a man of my words. And trust me when I say Brandon Langley of Buzz Designs is the best around and the best in Tampa Bay.
It's time to turn Hoppy on. It's time to turn Hoppy on. It's time to turn Hoppy on.
Kind of mixing it up a little bit. Usually I have throwback beats, like a Chingy or a Fabulous, but I have Flostradamus, Lana's theme, like we're at a rave in a bad part of town at an empty warehouse.
Have you ever been to one of those?
No, I just see pictures on Facebook. I've actually been to a rave when I did an internship at a dance radio show, but it was kind of like a run-down rave where it was at like a suburban, gym. It was really weird. Where like the suburban football team played.
Is there a lot of like glow sticks going around and people rolling on XT? I've seen videos, but I've never actually been to one. I never really had an interest though.
Oh,
it's not my scene. Oh yeah, I walk in there with freaking cowboy boots and Wranglers and
you walk in like you're going to like a country show.
Exactly. I mean,
trip them out.
How people dress to go to country shows is pretty much me all the time. So whenever I'm not at work, anyways.
You do have a very southern country twang. Like I love how you say the word again. Again.
I don't think I've ever said it again. Again. I don't. That's not me.
The way you pronounce words is very southern twangish.
I mean, I guess you came from up north, so it might be. So I don't.
I have the most Midwest Chicago accent of all time.
I definitely can pick up on that too. A mix with your stutters and all that other stuff. I get that northern.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I just got to give you a little bit of grief for it, right?
I just had a hard time saying the word hypersexual for some reason.
So what else? We've decided not to go with the other pedophile thing. It's a little too pedophile-ish for the show. Too much for one.
Yeah, we were going to talk about a pedophile that had HIV that gave it to a kid. But I thought, what are you going to say? You want to beat him up, burn in hell, don't give him protective time. I was thinking, like, there's really no new topic.
The only thing that'd be interesting is to see what this guy gets versus Jared Fogle and why that difference is. It'll be different to watch it play out, or it'll be interesting to watch it play out how a celebrity gets treated versus literally somebody else doing this exact same thing that
I
has
think
no
he's
money.
going to have a good lawyer that's going to hook it up.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's watch.
All right. Hooker, who tried to open the door of a plane on transatlantic flight from Boston, blames sleeping pills for leaving her absolutely out of it and now faces deportation.
Have you ever taken sleeping pills and stayed awake?
On nights before, like the first day of school or the first day of working at the Bone or the first day working in Cleveland, on nights of anticipation, yes.
But have you stayed awake through it? Because it will mess you up. I've done it before. You take them, and for something something happens, or hey, let's go to this party. Like, dang, I just took and they will jack you up, dude. Your brain's trying to sleep, and your body's saying no.
You know what's messed up? One time in Cleveland, I didn't think I was going out for the night, and it's like my third week in town. So I took my sleeping meds. I'm on the couch. I'm watching Netflix, watching Aqua Teen. My friend hits me up. He's like, yo, do you want to go out? And I already took my sleeping meds. And I'm like, once I get going, I'll be able to fight through it. Hey, it'll be like I never took Risperdal and melatonin. So I go out and I blacked out.
Out, yeah, done. Especially taking them with drinking and you decide to stay up. Bad choice.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird how I need a med to sleep because my sleep will not be good.
See, I don't at all. I don't even know why I've taken them before. Like I once I lay my head down, dude, like 30 seconds at most. 30 seconds.
Wish I was like that.
I'm done. Yeah. Once my body says, "Hey, you need sleep," it's almost impossible to fight it.
I'm scared to go to bed at times. I don't know. If I just
scared to go.
while I wake up the next day, I always have that thought every night.
Seriously?
Oh yeah,
dude.
I think it's because you get to sleep next to a pretty woman, you have a kid, you have a nice house. I live in a white trash ghetto with my cat, and I often think, what else do I need to do to make it in life? So it's a different scenario. Every night I think that, like,
dude, I have it upstairs that you can have. I mean, it's suburban.
So far. It's like 45 minutes from everything. Yeah, Kyle offered me the same amount I'm paying for my rent to live on the second floor of his house. I'm intrigued, but he lives like 45 minutes away from the Bone and my job.
But it's a nice neighborhood. You're on a preserve. I mean, we're right backed up to the woods. I mean, you're not interested in the woods, but it's actually a night. You don't have to fear for your life every night when you go to sleep.
I don't fear for my life.
You just literally just told me you didn't know if you're going to wake up every single night.
Well, that's because I could think that at your house too, dude. I'm going through a weird depression.
See, no, I'll come up and I'll cuddle you and I'll rock you to sleep. We'll put some sheep. I have this thing for my son that puts sheep
Yeah.
on the wall. I'll put it next to your bed. Has a nice little lullaby going. You'll be all right. It'll be okay.
Yeah, once your kid goes to sleep, you just bring it in my room. You have your wife tuck me in, puts the blanket right up to my neck.
Yeah.
Sleep tight.
We'll read from you out of the Bible, and
No, thank you.
that's what we do to my daughter every night. We lay her down, put her in bed, tuck her in, read. It's not the actual Bible; it's a children's Bible.
Yeah.
We read one chapter out of it and lay her on down, and she'll ask for it now. Even when we forget, she says, "Daddy, I'm ready to go to bed. You read the Bible?" I said, "Okay, let's go."
Yeah. I mean, is it weird being a parent? Is it fun tucking them in?
It is. It is. I like it. I like it even more whenever you wake up and because she'll wake up throughout the middle of the night or either early morning and come into the room and just jump into bed with you. And that's fun, waking up and they're crawling all over you and you start tickling them and it's fun.
Yeah.
I like that part.
I feel like being a parent would change me as a person forever. I feel like it'd make me a better person. I feel like I'm a very selfish, egotistical person who's so focused on making happy hour work that I sort of live through the show.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what you need right now. You don't need it's hard for me. I work all day and I come here, and that's why I think starting next week for the next month or two, I'm going to switch to Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays here doing the show. I'm not going to be every day because I do need a little bit of time with my daughter, putting her down. And
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, does he ever get to see his kid?
it's hard. It's hard, but I like the show.
Call in too. I mean,
yeah. So we'll go ahead and we'll start doing that. So I have time. 'Cause whenever I'm here, I don't. By the time I get home, she's already in bed, and hopefully, like I said, I get to wake up to her. And but it'll switch over. It'll still be good.
what do you think, and this is moving on, it's a weird transition talking about your kids and then talking about this, but why would a girl go into porn or be a hooker? Before we get into this hooker who tried to open up a door of a plane and she was on sleeping pills and she blamed it on that. Why do you think girls go into that? Because if I had a vagina, I would obviously sleep around because sex is a part of life. But I just don't get girls who they put themselves in that position.
If you're rough off, if you didn't come from a good house or whatever, and you find a way, you're trying to figure out a way to pay rent, and someone says, hey, for the next hour, if you let me bang you and record it, I'll give you $5,000.
It's a good point. But
I'm on my back with my legs spread before they even finish their sentence. Let's
if you were
do
a
this.
girl, would you do it?
Oh, dude, for sure. For sure. It's easy money. Why not? Why would you not do it?
It's intriguing. It's just, don't you have any respectability or you want to make it in life? Because what do you think your dad thinks? Or let's say you just do a few videos, but in 10 years, when the internet will always be around, your kid sees that. I mean, it's sad to me. That's why I don't like watching porn. Obviously, all guys have to do it because it's just a thing of life. But
we don't have to. We choose to. But
no, we sort of have to. It's sort of an urge. You have to let it out at some time. You can't just not watch porn.
Okay, well, jerking off and
people,
watching porn is two completely. Yeah, every man does it. If you say I've met people, I've never jerked off, you're a bullshit liar. You just bold-faced lied. Yeah, whatever. But
yeah, I love people who try to be so upfront. They're like, "Yeah, I've never masturbated before." It's like, shut up.
Yeah, dude, whatever. Go back to freaking.
I think there are some girls that have never, but guys.
Dude, girls want it just as bad as you do. Girls want sex and crave sex just like Amanda. Just because they try to play that role, oh, I don't want it. No, every girl wants it.
Yeah.
Every girl wants it. Every girl has a sex drive just like you do.
My sex drive is odd. I'm just always sex in my mind.
I mean, that's most males. So that's just most guys.
It's just everything is sex. I mean, when I'm doing the show, I'm not thinking about it.
Most times whenever you're walking to the mall, what's going through your head? I'd bang her. No, I wouldn't bang her. I'd definitely bang her.
Not at the mall, because now that I'm 22, I feel like everyone's underage because you can never tell how old the girls are. But at the gym, they're nice yoga pants, and they're wearing makeup for some reason just because they want to look hot. Oh, my God.
They want the attention. That's why they're there. Yeah, but even there, you don't look at a girl and I wonder what she's thinking right now. I wonder what she's into. I wonder what her hobbies are. No, I'd bang her. Nope, definitely want to bang her.
A guy just brought up, what do you think of gym selfies? I think they're the douchiest thing ever. I think it's people that need to overcompensate for the fact that they have no personality in real life. They're not likable. And the girls have daddy issues or they want attention and they know it's an easy way to get 100 likes because in a fake virtual world of Facebook, you need attention. I'm not a fan of gym selfies. It's if you want us to know that you're at the gym, we'll notice when you go from having a flat ass to a nice ass, or you go from having no muscles to muscles. That's how I see it.
Yeah, that's like the guys who say, I'm country, but every time they catch a fish or go by, it's got to be posted on Facebook. Hold on, I caught this fish. Let me take a picture with it, put it on Facebook for all my buddies to see.
It's the most
like,
basic
dude,
fish
stop.
ever.
Yeah, just stop. I mean, that's not what this is
and then
about.
they have to have like the beer can in the background. You have to have the buddies pretending they're fishing, so it's like a very dramatic picture. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was just using that as a thing.
Oh, no,
you know?
I've seen that. I see that. I see people having to promote their frat. It's just, it's sad.
Everything we do now has to be validated through Facebook. Yeah. Everything.
It's just, I think Facebook's ruining the world.
Internet in general really is, and the smartphones and this being buried into them all the time. Even while I'm here doing the show, I'm getting, I'm on Facebook looking for stuff to talk about. And
is that why you're on your phone, or is it your wife's blowing you up 24/7?
No, her phone died a while back.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We can say what we want now.
No, I'm safe. I'm safe.
Your wife's a bitch.
Whoa, that's just personal. That's low. That's below the belt, man.
I'm just kidding. She was very fun to be around. I was actually kind of like nervous because I always am nervous, but she was fun to be around. I thought she'd be uptight or something.
What did you picture her like before you met her? Do you think she's going to be hot? Do you think she's going to be like, what are you thinking, Mrs.
Without being creepy, I thought she'd be more cute, but I was actually like, wow, Kyle hit the jackpot. But she's classy, she's funny, she can talk. A lot of girls can't talk and present themselves, but when we went out to dinner, she held her own. You know what I mean? A lot of times girls just sit there and they're like, radio. Like when we were talking about radio, she's smart. That's what I liked about your wife. Like, she was fun to talk to. She's not a dummy.
Yeah, no. Not by any means. I mean, she's 23 and is a charge nurse of her little thing.
Yeah, it's very odd. My mom couldn't believe you guys are married because you guys are both in your 20s. You seem like a 35-year-old that's seen life, but you're only like 2 years older than me.
Well, because I've done a lot more than a lot of people my age. Been in different countries, been all over the place, freaking Germany. I've done a lot, traveled a lot, and seen a lot from a very short span. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you've lived more than me. So now, your wife isn't a dummy, but this hooker who tried to open the door of a plane on a transatlantic flight blamed sleeping pills for leaving her absolutely out of it and now faces deportation. Camelia Dolniak, so I'll assume she's from Europe, was on board flight BA-213 between London and New York. This 32-year-old hooker said she just drank 2 Red Bull and vodkas and an Ambien, and she just blacked out, which this kind of reminds me of this one time, Kyle. I took Ambien. I've never known if I wanted to talk about this openly, but since I'm trying to be more honest and more real in real life, I have bipolar, ADD, and ADHD. And one time I took Ambien like 10 years ago, and I had an Aquatine thing hanging up in my room, like all these different like decorations.
Mm-hmm.
And I took Ambien, and I thought Meewad was talking to me, like I was having a hallucination.
Dude, that's what I told you. If you take that crap and stay awake, it will mess you up. You'll start seeing stuff. And
I was saying that my mentor was trying to kill me, and I remember my dad was just like, Ryan, calm down. Like, I remember it was almost like I got drunk. I was just starting to it was like a spaz moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't like trying to kill my parents. I just remember laying on the ground and I just hear Meewad, what's up, Ryan? With that Meewad voice from Aquatine. I just remember talking.
I've never once seen Aquatine.
You've never seen it?
Nope. Never.
You're missing out on life.
I have better things to do. I don't watch a lot of TV, and when I do, it's 16 or 19 kids and counting and stuff like that. The real stuff.
It says here, the hooker claimed she has no recollection of what happened. Well, no, duh, honey, you blacked out. A court heard she will likely be deported as soon as she posts bail. Oh man, will she always disagree with herself? Man, will she never get over the time she had 2 Red Bull and vodkas and then took an Ambien? You will never get over that when you're not allowed to be in this country anymore.
Yeah, I wonder where she's from. Where does it say where she's getting deported back to?
Well, let's begin with the article. Polish hooker. There you go. What in the first 3 words is facing deportation after she tried to open up the door of a transatlantic jet on its way home. Have you ever thought about that when you're on a plane? You're like, what if I open up the door? Because we see it in like Top Gun and Mission Impossible and James Bond and Transformers. I often wonder, if I was on the wing of the plane, like when you're just bored, you're thinking.
Well, you'd be sucked off and fall from the sky. And
no, I would
probably
hang
die.
on.
Oh,
just
yeah.
like Tom Cruise's character, who somehow miraculously doesn't fly away.
No, I would never even think about opening a pilot door, especially the world we live in now. You would immediately be overrun by the passengers and probably beaten to death.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine if I somehow fell out of a plane but I survived?
I mean, I think that everything natural and scientific says that's not possible. So,
could you imagine if I just dropped on the ground and everything was okay?
I can see you being so goofy your whole way down. It's like so real, where somebody else would be like stroking out, freaking out, stiff. You're like, all the way down. You might actually live because you're kind of like when an alcoholic,
paralyzed,
like when an alcoholic or a drunk guy gets in an accident, they say they get less injured because they're not stiffed up. Throughout the act. I think that'd be the same thing with you. Just the whole way down.
I'd be so focused. I need to make it in radio. I can't wait to tell Mike Kelta about this on Monday.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be pimp.
It's going to be so badass. Can you imagine my goofy ass flying through the air, too?
Can you imagine the guy sitting there at the outside of McDonald's eating his burger and all of a sudden, hey, dude, can I get a bite of your burger?
Hey, did you bang out your wife last night? How is that working out overall? Man, I'm really trying to embrace that I'm a weird mother effer. It also says here that she had to be held down by cabin crew after she left her seat and tried to open the door. Can you imagine the fright they had? Because you don't know if they're going to break off. Like, you're holding her down with all your might because you don't want this crazy-ass broad to open up the door and jump out.
No, she's trying to open the cockpit door, not the exit. Was she trying to open the exit door? I thought it was the cockpit.
No, the exit door.
Oh, all right. Well, I was thinking of something completely different. It doesn't. That's all pressurized, though. So you open that, everybody gets sucked out, right?
That's why I'm saying they're nervous.
Yeah. Everybody dies. You kill everybody.
Could you imagine if that happened?
I don't even know what I would do. I would just, are you really that dumb? Why would you do this right now?
Yeah, she tried to open the door of the plane.
What an idiot, man. What an idiot. What else is in there? Anything else in that article?
I mean, can you imagine the chaos when this crazy-ass broad is just freaking out? Because I've never been on a plane before where there's been madness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a crying baby where it's like, shut the F up, but I mean, I've never...
I've been on the plane a lot, flying all over the place. But my first time was probably back in 2005, going, I forget, I think I was going to Chicago or something with my dad. But I remember going up there on a plane. But that was the good old times, man. Back in 2005. Early 2000s, 2000. Do you remember Y2K? Do you remember all that, the chaos and the craziness? Or were you too young then?
I was 3 years too young.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I remember the year turning 2000 because I remember waking up the next morning and I just remember going, oh, yeah, it's 2000.
Yeah. No, it was a big ordeal, man. I think me and my brother actually hid under the couch and we were ready, because we used to do fondue and everything. Growing up on New Year's Eve, we'd do fondue and we're allowed to drink and all this other stuff. And I remember that year, everybody, me and my brother, were hiding under the couch, waiting. And then my stepdad, being the dick that he is, right when it turned,
why is he such a dick?
He just is. He's a dick. He's not a dick in a bad way. Just that night, he went out. And right whenever we were doing the countdown, he slipped away, went outside of the power box, shut down all the electricity of the house. So, me and my brother are scared for our lives under this thing, and he's probably out there laughing. He used to do all kinds of stuff like that, go outside and get on the roof and wear his werewolf mask and come down over the windows.
Yeah.
And so that's just his sense of humor.
That's really funny to scare everyone and think the world's ending.
Oh, yeah, because you're convinced. Everybody's, the power's going to go out, and then nukes are going to go off.
I would think it's real.
Oh, well, we did, for sure. I was, 10 years old in 2000?
Oh,
I was
God.
10 years old. So he went over and shut all that off. We thought that was it. Our lives, our little tiny pathetic lives were over.
This is the best part, going back to the article. The first thing she told the officers once she got off the plane, that she was a hooker, and that was the reason she was going to America.
I was going to say, why? How do they know that she's a prostitute? Just this girl was wearing some
Say
skanky.
you're trying to get into college.
How did they know? I guess she just came right out and said it. Hey, I'm a prostitute. Want to bang? Oh, it's $200. What do you...
I wonder if she propositioned it and tried to offer it, and that's how they found out. She's like, "You want the blowjee?"
Blowjee? What's a blowjee?
That's her trying to say it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. With the European accent.
No, but I mean, I don't know why you would bring that up. Out of everything, do you want to be respectable? Do you want to be likable? Like, do you want to have any chance of not getting deported? Say something where maybe they can help you out, but openly saying, "Oh yeah, I'm a hooker," that's not really going to help.
I mean,
your
if she goes
cause.
to Nevada, she's legal there. She can do whatever she wants over
You
there.
just go hang out with.
Dennis Hoff, the guy that owns the Bunny Ranch. I actually met him one time at a radio conference, and he's one of the nicest guys, dude. You know that guy, Dennis Hoff, from the HBO show, The Bunny Ranch?
I think I watched that when I was a kid. That was like my little softcore porn you were talking about. They had
I'm
the
really
little...
getting into softcore porn on Showtime, man.
Most
It's
people
some good
discover that
acting.
when they're like 12, 13, and they grow out of it into the more crazy
Well, my
stuff.
dad
And you're
had
just
internet.
not getting there.
We had internet, but he blocked off everything, so I wasn't allowed to view anything. So I would just like jay off to just like thoughts. So once the internet got unlocked, I just went crazy and just went on hardcore porn.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now that I'm so over it and I'm so lonely every night, that I'm like, I kind of want a little bit of a tail.
See, dude, I had a computer literally right next to my bed. I had a desk with a computer on it right then
LimeWire?
and there. Do what?
Did you have LimeWire?
Yeah, that was that music thing, right?
Yeah.
That thing was so full of freaking... I know my dad was probably watching every single thing I was on. Like, he could see it. I was always scared getting on, like, somehow... Because he'd be on the computer, too. He works on the computer. And I'd be like, somehow he's probably has this linked where he can live see what I'm doing. So
My
what
dad
if...
had that.
Yeah, I don't know if, like, what if I click this and then somehow it accidentally streams to his computer, and sees it. So I was always worried about stuff like that. But my need to see naked women getting railed overdid that. And I'll take that chance.
What do you think of this? My dad went to a class when I was a freshman in high school about protecting your kids online. So he bought a software for $200, and I didn't realize this, but he would save all my Facebook conversations. I remember one time I was going through the computer,
It's like a keylogger, yeah.
and I was reading a Word document, and it had the girl I like, Pam. That was the name of the article. It was like Pam and her last name. And I was so awkward around girls back then. I was like, "Hey, what's
Back
up,
then,
Pam?"
like, it changed. It's better now. I don't.
It's a little better now. I'm not a virgin. But it said, "Hey, Pam, what's up?" She's like, "NMU?" And I'm like, "I'm doing good. How is your day?" And she's like, "It's okay." And I'm like, "My day was good." And her response was like, "K." So my point is, my dad would save all those conversations, and I remember thinking that was very odd. He had
Yeah, what was so significant about it that he had to save that one?
That's what
I
I'm
don't.
wondering.
So, girl actually responds to Ryan. Save this. So maybe.
Hang this on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, this will
A
be
girl
it.
actually spoke to Hoppy.
Where his wedding picture should go. We're gonna put this conversation up. The first and last time that he got a response from a female.
Yeah, it was the last time. I've been using Tinder lately too. Oh my God, it's always spam, dude. No one is real. on
Well,
Tinder.
I'm not going to take you, for word on that because you came to me one time. Dude, look at this message. Oh, look at that number. It's a 352 number. That's fake. Like, actually, no, Hoppy. 352 is a local number here. Oh shit! Like this girl's like, hey, I'm so and so. I don't want to be too forward, but I just want to bang. Here's my number. And
No, she
you
said-
called her out on it.
I know what I want, but what do you want in it? And I waited too long, and then she unmatched me, and she was pretty hot too.
Yeah, she was hot. And
And I was like,
this is spam. I was like, dude, no, that's actually a local number, guy. I actually know her. She's a real person.
Did you actually know her?
No, I'm just saying.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
This is an official broadcast of Hoppy Radio. For more info, check out hoppyradio.com and hoppysworld.com.